Hey guys, it's Brian, all alone today. But we've got something serious to talk about. Wearing the company shirt because we've got to talk Lego. We got to talk this new Dreamzzz Lego theme. We need to find out, is it a dumpster fire already? Has it already failed before it began? Question mark. I don't know. Let's take a look at some failed Lego lines of recently. Let's see where Lego is going with their strengths on this one and with their weaknesses on this one. Stick with us here at the Brick Wars show. Let's do this. Hey guys, it's Brian, Brick Wars show here. I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that's failed Lego themes. Why is this a subject that's near and dear to my heart? I I seem to fall for Lego's traps, I suppose. Um, Lego produces sets, and we know this, and they retire sets, and they do this to keep their shelves and rotating inventory and keeping new things stocked and going. Problem is we've had some failures along the way, and there's some telltale signs of failure things that we can kind of look at. And I want to take a look at some of the past failure sets and see kind of where we're at and why this looks like it may be one of those. Let's take a look. I want to look at like the fusion series. I'm only looking at lines that are just a few years old that are in recent memory that have failed. I'm not going to go way back. We're not going Gladiator or any of the other failed stuff from way back when. We're not going to do that. We're just going to concentrate on newer sets and newer lines. But we're going to start with Fusion. And this was really Lego's first attempt at an app-based building system. And it seems like all of these failed lines have one thing in common. It looks like they're all meshed together. It's like somebody took an idea and went crazy with it. Another great example is Time Cruiser. The Time Cruiser sets in the Time Cruiser line was another failed attempt, and they were just kit bash sets. You know, it 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 wasn't a line of originality. It was a line of, hey, let's take a jet and merge it with a school bus and throw it all together and make it one. And that's doesn't really appeal to anybody. I mean, look at your successes. Look at Ninjago, dragons, ninjas. That's what kids want. You've got your successful city line, right? You've got your successful friends line, and you're doing all of that. You've got those IPs that are yours that are successful, and you keep trying to bring in new IPs. Like, for instance, Aqua Raiders is another one. Here, we're going to make animals that go underwater that are going to be like submarines. And we're going to build these underwater bases, and it failed. Lego Dimensions is another one. I know now Lego Dimensions had a lot of IPs like Batman and Star Wars and Lego Movie and Lord of the Rings and all kinds of stuff like that built in. But the basic line was Dimensions, and it failed. And they tried to do a video game on all of them. Once again, it was all kit bashed. It was you put this together and you get these figures, and you have to put these as you go along in the game, and they don't come with instructions. And oh, Lego Dimensions, hardly knew you. The Vydiyo line. Now this one really gets me. I bought into the Vydiyo line. I thought that this was going to be a music collaboration, and that Universal Music and Vydiyo and Lego had all come together. But it ended up being a bunch of kit bash sets with a lot of really weird things again. I actually have a full set of the second series of the minifigs for the Vydiyo that I got from Europe. they were released over there where they were not released in the United States. And I bought a case of them, and I kept one set, sold the rest. But the Vydiyo line is another one that we just have to say RIP to, even after sinking all that time and money into. Another one that Lego got me on was Hidden Side. Once again, another app-based, kit-bashed Lego set. Everything had to turn into a monster. Everything, the school bus had to turn into a monster. The high school had to turn into a monster. You name it, it had to turn into a monster. It was with your app on your phone, and you would look, and it would play different games and do different things, and it was a kit bash set again. And we did get a train out of it, and castle, and all kinds of things. But once again, they were all kit bashed, and just not a great toy line. It failed because they weren't great builds. They weren't there. There wasn't anything that you went, "Oh my God, it's so special." Well, now I want to take a look at the Dreamzzz line here with Lego, because once again, we don't have an app this time. We have a cartoon, which is great because the Friends cartoon is successful, Ninjago cartoon is successful. So let's do one of these. But they're not going to put it on a network. It's just going to be online and on YouTube. Okay? So it's not going to be broadcast on Cartoon Network or Disney Channel or Disney Plus or anything like that. It's just going to be on YouTube. I don't think that's the way to do it. Now, pros. The cost of these sets are what Lego should be. There's no IP tax. There's no Star Wars tax, no Marvel tax, nothing like that on here. So when you're looking at these prices, you're going, how in the world do I get 7 minifigures and a huge ship and everything for $140? Well, it's because there is no licensing fees. That's why Lego makes more money on these. That's the IP. That's their own property. First off, they've got the Dream Village, which is cute. 3 little buildings here. They come together and form one large tower, defense tower, if you want to put them all together. They've got the Nightmare Shark Ship. That looks really cool. I love the way that they've done the coloring on here and how they have the prisoner compartment on the back and the big yellow eye. Minifigures are great. I do love the hair colorings that they've done on these. Now you have Mrs. Castillo's turtle van. This is what I'm talking about, folks. We took a VW bus and we put turtle legs and a turtle head on it, and we're calling it a turtle van. This is just crazy, ridiculously crazy. Then we've got Mr. Oz's space bus. Once again, taking a bus, slapping some rockets on it, calling it a spaceship, and we're off and running. The Fantastical Treehouse. It is real fantastical with all 12 leaf pieces on it. I mean, it doesn't look much like a tree, and I don't understand kind of the concept. Is this a battle tree, or is this a hangout tree? I don't know. You can turn it into both, I guess. All right, this crocodile car, this is why I have problems with this line. It doesn't make much sense. I think you would have gotten better off with just the monster truck part of it, and not the alligator. Get rid of the alligator part. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, this Pegasus flying horse, that's a cool looking set. It's a great build. Love how the legs are. I love the purple and black. I think that's a really good touch. This is a really good looking set. And I like I said, I hope it's successful on that. The Stable of Dream Creatures. This is the Friends Barn. Look at it. It looks like the Friends Barn. Except I don't know what kind of creature that is, but you can change that creature. He can have different builds for that creature. All right, now we're talking about Izzy and the Bunchu of the Bunny. Really? Other than the colors of the pieces that you get, and some of those being new, this line must not be for me. That's nothing that I get behind. I don't understand. I guess it's just a great build. I don't know. I it I don't know. All right, then we've got Mateo in the Z Blob the robot. This is kind of a cool looking set. I like that you can turn it into a mech, and if he can actually ride it instead of it just being a robot itself. That's kind of cool. I like the green. I like the trans green, especially in the macaroni pieces for the legs and arms. Those are really really cool. Um, we've got Grimkeeper the Cage Monster. Okay, this thing's out of nightmares, and I get the point. It grabs you and sticks you in its chest and does that cool concept. But I don't know. We'll have to see if kids take to it or not. I don't know. We'll see. The pros of this line are the cost. If you want price per piece, you're not going to get any cheaper than this. If that's important to you. It's not important to me, but it is important to a lot of people. Number two, great recoloring of pieces. There are a lot of brand new colors of pieces in here. There's a lot of new pieces in here. And we're going to get to see how those are going to affect things in the future. These new pieces, are we going to get even more recolors of those, so on and so forth. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. I think that Lego is going to have to really watch the Dreamzzz line. And we may get one or two waves out of this if it's not successful. We may get a second wave after this one, just like we did with Hidden Side and with Vydiyo. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens after number two, second round of everything. To see what happens with the Dreamzzz line. Is it going to be another one that's going to be dead on arrival? Or is it going to be one that we're going to see in 10 years has become one of their most successful IP properties of their own? We're going to have to see. So far, I'm not superly impressed, but I want to know what you think. I want to know, you've seen the Dreamzzz line. You've seen the failures before. You've made up your mind about Lego. Are you jumping on the Dreamzzz bandwagon? Are you jumping on the Dreamzzz train? If you are, I want to hear about it. Put it down in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let's get into discussion. Send me an email at brian@brickwarsshow.com, and I'll answer all of those and get back with you. If I don't answer the question on the very next show, I'll try to get to it the very one after that. I will be trying to set aside time for people's questions. I did get a question in the email about when are the dogs coming back? When are the cats coming back? When are the animals coming back? And they're on their way. They're on their way, I promise. I'm working on something really special with them. So don't worry. They are on their way. But with that, guys, do me a favor. Like us. Subscribe to us. Click that notifications icon. Be a part of our family here. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make something of this. We're trying to get our opinion out there and our word out there. Me and Kitt, we've got a lot of opinions and a lot of things that we want to talk about. We'd love for you to join us here at the Brick Wars Show. And you can do so, once again, by liking us, subscribing to us, get that notification bell. On top of that, you can also tell your friends. Share our video. Comment on our video. That helps us with views, so on and so forth. But once again, welcome to the Brick Wars Show. I'm your host, Brian. We would love to see you back here each and every day. We will talk to you guys later.